Good afternoon. My name is Brandon, owner of GameSpec. I have a Rockstar because I've been making videos since, 8 this morning with little to some success. So we're going to try this one again. We're here to talk about pre-release. What's pre-release? Pre-release is M15 is coming. As you can see, it's July 12th. And there are a variety of ways to participate. So we'll go over a few of those things, and I'll tell you some spoilers as of MTG Salvation today, 6/25/2014. Okay, so pre-release works like any other normal pre-release. It starts on a Saturday, ends with some fun, begins with some pain for me. I'm usually going to be up for 24 hours. But for everybody else, it's going to be registration begins at noon, and then there are 3 events. Event times are fluid, so we're going to try and keep these going, but it depends on how fast people play their rounds. So, first event starts at 1. Second event starts at 6 p.m. Third event starts at 10 p.m. Intro Pack Casual, which is a way to actually just, get an event deck without actually buying an event deck, and participate in an event that goes on all day. There's price support for every single one of those. Now, optionally, if you choose, you can actually buy into all of the events, and that'll cost you $100. So that's basically what's going on. So July the 12th, 2014, you should be there. It's going to be fun. Couple of the cards that are cool. The first thing that they brought back was Convoke. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. I'm waiting to see if they decide that Dredge is a fantastic idea as well, and the Genghis Khan set that's coming. But yeah, anyway, so that's the big returning mechanic is going to be Convoke. So we'll see. Maybe token decks are going to be 2 times the awesome again. For white, we had a card of note that I thought was interesting, Heliod's Pilgrim. Basically, when it comes into play, it's a 1/2 that costs you 3, but you can go search for an aura and put it into your hand. So for all those who love Orzhov auras still, or mono white weenie auras, or any of that type of stuff, my girlfriend's making happy faces over there. It might be a good replacement for Auramancer when M14 rotates. Another one that I thought was interesting, I believe it's a 2-cost enchantment. It's called Military Intelligence. It's for blue. And it says, if you attack with 2 or more creatures, draw a card. I thought that was pretty straightforward. You don't actually have to rely on the Bident so heavily in this particular case. You have multiple of them. You attack with a bunch of your Master of Wave tokens. Awesome. I'm going to draw a boatload of cards and keep going. For black, we have 2 cards of note that I thought were interesting. Obviously, we're still waiting for the rest of the set to get released, but these are the 2 that jumped out at me. 1, Endless Obedience. Endless Obedience has a converted mana cost of 6. Converted mana cost 6. It also has the Convoke special rule, so you tap creatures and make it cost a lot less. Fantastic. Sorcery speed, but it's effectively a rise from the grave. So you can grab a creature from your opponent's graveyard, you can grab from your graveyard, you can grab from your buddy's graveyard. Doesn't matter. If it's on the battlefield, graveyard, area, zone, you can grab it. Comes into play. It's on your side of the board. Awesome. Zathrid Slyblade. Now, this is something that I didn't think they were going to do, but I guess they decided this is going to be a good idea as well. They gave Hexproof to black. Awesome. Okay, so we have a 2/1 for 3 that has Hexproof, and you can pay 4, 3 colors and a black, and it will lose Hexproof, but gain First Strike and Death Touch. Talk about a $3 uncommon. I don't know if it's actually going to get used, but I think it's interesting enough to actually see play. Moving on to red. Aggressive Mining. I'm not really sure that this card is actually meant as much for standard as it is for other things, but it's a converted mana cost 4 enchantment. It literally says you can't play lands, but you can sacrifice a land once per turn, and you can draw 2 cards. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see Seismic Swans go super nuts, or Dredge will have another piece to make it super broken. We don't know. Phyto Titan for green. It is converted mana cost 6. It's a 7/2 for 6. And it says, when it dies, return to the battlefield during your next upkeep. Seems good. Anything with haste. Let's talk about Gruul getting crazy for no reason. I think it's going to be awesome. I don't know. I thought it was pretty neat. The last one of note that I saw, and like I said, we're still waiting for the rest of the set to come out, was Genesis Hydra. It's X and 2 green, so Same permanent cost as like Primordial Hydra. I don't remember if it has Trample or not, but basically it says when it comes into play, reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put a non-land permanent from those revealed cards, where it has converted mana cost X or less, I believe. Anyway, whatever. You look at the top X cards, you put a non-land card into play. And Genesis Hydra is an XX Hydra. It's a 0/0 with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to X. So, anyway, those are the interesting things for M15. I'll try and give you guys another update as things come out, but definitely show up. July the 12th. More of the Gods pre-release. We had like 101 people here at one point. They all kind of just cycled through, and 77 participations. Journey into next pre-release, we had Apple Blossoms. I understand the small participation in that case. Let's make M15 huge, because Convoke deserves it.